Hey, Ma, do you know what burst my bubble?
What burst your bubble, Andrew?
Cheap people. I was talking to my dad, who people on my channel know as Poppy, and he was complaining about a broken phone. And he's like, oh, I gotta get the new iPhone. I mean, I don't know like the models of the iPhone, but he wants to get top of the line iPhone. But for his purposes, it's really unnecessary because I don't even know what he's utilizing it for, but does he need top of the line features for a phone?
Some people just like it.
I think he just likes the concept of the brand new phone, but when it comes to actually utilizing it for the top of the line features, he's better with an older model, but whatever. And I was trying to explain to him, I went to B&H camera store in the city. When I went there, I was like a kid in a candy shop. There were all sorts of cameras. Low-end cameras for like, $300 to like top-of-the-line equipment that they use on televisions. There were microphones that were like $50 to like thousands of dollars. And I was explaining to Dad, you should go to B&H and get like a $400 camera and a $100 microphone and start making YouTube videos and like create a pseudonym like Poppy Von Crest or something like that. I told him I'll comment on your YouTube videos, I'll interact with you. And
but that's not his thing.
But you said he does. He is voyeuristic.
Yeah, but not. Dad likes to be in the center of attention, but he doesn't like making videos. That's your thing.
But he's taking a lot of pictures. He was saying he's very into
pictures. He likes pictures.
He's into photography and videography. He is.
Okay, all right. So I'm wrong. I don't know.
I mean, I remember when I was a child, he would take like ridiculous amounts of photographs of me. And that's actually probably what started my voyeurism, like in Dad's photography. He would take a lot of photos and videos of me. We did like...
Yes, he liked photography. Yes.
And videography too.
Yes.
Maybe he likes taking photos and pictures of other people, maybe not...
himself.
Okay, so...
Some people do that.
But then again, when we make Poppy and the Wildmans, he likes to present himself in front of the camera, so he does like photography and videography. He's just cheap, like we were saying. Sometimes I get paranoid that he actually has a good camera, he actually has a good microphone, but he's keeping it secret from me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I doubt it.
Like you said, he has plenty of money, so I think he's just pretending he doesn't have a good phone, but like in private he has like all this top of the line equipment.
Who knows? Who knows? It's not, it's really not our business.
Right. Okay, so I've been going into the city quite frequently, and yesterday, for example, I saw a Spanish movie. It was with Alberto Banderas. It was called like Pride or Love and Pride or Pride and I don't know. But it was a really good movie. I'm used to seeing like superhero movies with Poppy, like Spider-Man. And you know how like, these superhero movies appeal to the lowest common denominator, so you don't really have to think about these movies.
Right, it's mindless and you just enjoy watching the action.
Right, I mean, like I said, it appeals to the lowest common denominator. It's not an intellectual movie. We went to an intellectual movie, and you actually have to think.
It stimulates you.
And it was actually probably better. I guess nobody's actually don't rush me. I guess nobody's really introduced me to the arts, and I have a friend in the city who's actually introducing me to like culture. Then afterwards we went to Chinese hot pot.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, it was delicious. But like I said, she paid for my movie because I was trying to be. I'm like, I don't get very much money monthly. But when you're going around in the city, the money adds up.
Yeah, it does. The city's double what's on Long Island.
Right. So I know it looks very unattractive. The guy complaining like, I don't have much moo-moo.
But she understands that. She understands the situation. Absolutely understands.
So she's paying for me, and then we go to Chinese hot pot, and that costs moo-moo. When all is said and done, I can't afford to do that. So I think today I'm going back into the city because when I sit in the Maniac Man Cave, when I'm home all day, I feel like really bad mental health. I start posting on the computer, I get miserable.
It's not good to be anybody sitting home all day alone. One day maybe if you're not feeling good with a cold, but then you got to get out. Whatever you do, you got to get out. Everybody has to get out.
I gotta just convince myself going into the city, my support group friends, that's like my job for the time being.
Yep.
And I can't sit in the apartment-like area because like if you look at my posts online, for example, they get really crazy, really negative when I'm sitting, and I get massive headaches. I get really frustrated. It's just like any day I spend I told Kelly, besides like making a quick burst of my bubble with you in the morning, the days I'm here, it's just social isolation for the rest of the day. So like I do 5 minutes of interaction with you in the morning, then it's just complete social isolation. I get massive headaches, massive frustrations.
But that's why you get in a routine, and that's why you have things open to you to do. School, support groups, things like that. Get out and do it and get in a routine, because then it'll progress to a job potentially and doing what you love.
Right. And so I know my friends at the support group suggested acting classes, comedy classes, and both of these are very much my passion. I'm hysterical, and I'm a good actor. So these are just something that I definitely would excel in.
So let's figure it out and go there, and that's what it is.
Right. And last but not least, I also think, I have this intensity and this energy that a lot of comedians don't have, a lot of actors don't have. I know for some reason you don't see my value, my worth, but I shine very brightly.
I didn't say that. You have to hone in and craft it.
Right. I look at Opie and Anthony, the radio show. I look at Jim Norton. Like, really, their comedy is garbage.
But it's discovery. You have to put yourself out there to be discovered. You can't be in your room. You have to get out there and knock on people's doors, introduce yourself, be on a comedy stage. That's how people get discovered.
Right. Well, like Dr. Nashville says, you're not going to get discovered from your internet fantasy land posting on the internet. You need to go into the real world and
network.
And this is why I think taking the acting class, I think it's called The Pit in New York City.
Okay.
Taking the acting class, taking the comedy class is...
But don't just talk about it, do it.
I know, but sometimes I feel like you're the gatekeeper of Moo Moo.
No, well, there is a gatekeeper. The gatekeeper is the money that you get in. That's the gatekeeper, not me. I don't hold back what you have, you have. People have to pay their bills, and they have to do what they have to do first. What's left over, they negotiate what they can do in that period of time with that amount of money. Everybody has to do that, everybody. So that's what you do. These classes are affordable, so you should be able to do it. But if you have to cut back and eat home maybe 4 days in your, make a hamburger, have tuna, and then do the classes, you do that. You have to be able to assess what monies you have to spend for the week. Everybody has to do that.
Right. It's just frustrating because I look at these comedians like Jim Norton, like they're garbage comedians. I should be making the moo moo, but I gotta put myself in the situation. You know what I mean?
I hear you. There are people that have a lot more than I do and can go on many trips.
But like Taylor Swift and Lady Gaga, their pop music is really like garbage, and it's kind of like, you know what?
It's all about the right place, the right time, and networking.
Right.
And that's what you got to do if that's where you want to go, and that is.
And I will succeed. I just have to take these classes, but unfortunately,
and not sit here.
I know Kelly was saying people that succeed, like Taylor Swift, Lady Gaga. They have connections, they have networks. Unfortunately, there's no social mobility in America.
But you know what?
You need to know people to succeed.
Somebody like Billy Crystal, he knew nobody. He got up, he had kids, he was your age, he went into the city, he was at the doors, he was introducing himself, he was getting up, and he did it and did it and did it because that's what he wanted to do. And he did. He had no connections. So that is what it is.
You gotta make yourself not able to get denied. Right?
Yeah.
You have to get intense on stage.
If you act like that, they're gonna the men in the white coats are gonna come.
Right. I don't think so. That's what I do. That's what you have to do.
But that looks ridiculous. That looks ridiculous.
That's what actually, I'm just.
You have to stop trying to act like a wrestler.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
For the 15-year-olds. No, you're not going to be a star for 15-year-olds. You're not 15 anymore. Appeal to young adults.
Intellectuals. Pounding your chest and screaming the prime.
That looks ridiculous.
That's what Brock Lesnar does.
Well, you know what? You're not Brock Lesnar. You're not a wrestler, and that's not the field that you're going to go into. So stop trying to appeal to that. Talk in a normal voice, not that voice.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know what I'm doing when I pound my chest and do primal screams, that's actually Brock Lesnar. I mean, like he gets really intense and really.
But that's only not ridiculous when you're in the wrestling form. Otherwise, it's ridiculous.
Right.
So that is.
So if you're doing stand-up comedy and you pound your chest and do primal screams, you know, people are gonna think you're a little weird, right?
Yeah, completely.
That is what it is.
That is what it is.